From a small town surrounded by the fields is Northern Ireland's own rising star who seems destined to land among them. And to be able to say that with only one official song released says quite a lot on many levels. Today, we're going to hear those words from the young talent himself as we go backstage on the VIP with Lee Brady. How you doing, man?
How's it going? Hey, how's it going?
Deadly, man, deadly. Right, we do this thing here on the Very Irish Playlist where the theme is we're backstage, right? We're in the stadium of your dreams. The place is packed, it's sold out. All tickets are sold, the butts are in the seats to see Lee Brady. The rider, which is your request for the room before the gig starts itself. Anything that you want, there is no limit on this budget. What would the 3 things on your rider be?
Oh God, that's a great question. Oh God. Let me see here.
You can tell this is live. We didn't rehearse this at all. This is...
Fireworks.
Fireworks.
For one, I'd want fireworks.
Excellent.
I'd want my dog there.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
I'd want my dog there.
You want your dog and
fireworks
in the same venue. Respect.
Yeah, and then after the show, I'd want a massive meal, like a Chinese or something, for sure. Yeah, okay. For sure.
All right. Okay.
As you can tell, I'm easy pleased.
Yeah, definitely. All you want is the sky to light up and your dog by your side. That's very sweet on many levels. Well, let's get to know you better, man, because I feel like people will come back to this chat in years to come and be like, it's crazy to think people didn't know who this guy was at one point. So, as mentioned at the start, you're from a small town surrounded by the fields, and I feel a lot of people around the Midlands can relate to this. You're no slouches in Gaelic anyway, because I see you won a trophy there back in 2021. But in terms of music, is it a place for that as well? Or did you find yourself kind of forging your own path?
I guess music was always in the background. I was always diehard football, always. And then, as you said, we won the All-Ireland there at the stage. And then after that, I felt like accomplished almost. Because I feel like every sort of youngster's dream is to win an All-Ireland and have an All-Star under their belt. But after that, I was sort of like, let me try my hand here at music and sort of see what comes out of it. And here I am, type of thing, you know?
Wow, okay. So you kind of achieved what you wanted to do, and then you're like, right, new tournament, new competition, new rules, and jump into it completely fresh. Like, did you play the guitar for a few years before this, or?
Yeah. So I sort of learned bits and pieces off my father.
Okay.
I learned like the basic chords and stuff off him, and then I sort of was like, you know what, I actually kind of like this. It's like a way to escape almost, to sort of just get you out of your own head. So I sort of stuck at it and just learned bit by bit, you know, and sort of progressively got better. And then I just went for it and just knuckled down, and yeah, here I am.
Damn, man, you got that champion's mentality, all right. Like, when you sing, you sound like you know your power, like you have a control over it. You know, you can give it and you can pull it back, and it sounds confident. So I guess in that sense, has music, like with your dad and different things, has it played a big role mostly, or do you really feel like this was like picking up the guitar and singing? Is this only in the last few years?
Yeah, like, you know what it is? Like, you know, like whenever you were in school and people were like, oh, I want to be a doctor when I'm older, I want to be a teacher or whatever. I was always like, I know my job isn't going to be a normal job, which was like the weirdest thing. Like when I was asked what I'd want to do in uni and stuff, I was just like, I don't want to. Like I know deep down that there's something else there, and I never could put my finger on it until I started like playing music more seriously, and then I was like, this fits exactly what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
Yeah, I was sort of always like, I'm not meant, like I don't feel like I'm destined for a 9-to-5 type of thing.
I'll be real with you. I heard Heed the Call on Spotify, and I thought, here's a guy now who's crafted something magical from a lot of experience and found his sound. So you can imagine when I see it's your first song, and so far the only track that you've released, and was, you know, dare I say, blown out of the water, pun intended. But then also learning this now that it's just, you've had this feeling, but it's kind of more of a recent venture. How long have you been sitting on Heed the Call, and what was the creation process like for you to go from idea to finished product?
Yeah, so I've been sitting on it for like maybe, before it was late released, it was maybe, what I'd be right in saying, maybe 3 months, 4 months maybe, around that. But the sort of idea behind the song was, whenever I was younger, I was always like, oh, I want to get away from here. I want to move to the States. I want to move to anywhere but here. And then I started realizing that when I was out in places like these, sort of like the States or like London or whatever, I was like, man, nothing compares to back home, you know?
Yeah.
And I sort of was sitting in the studio and I was like, I maybe write a song about that, about like how like whenever I leave home, I just miss it and I'm just not the same person as I am when I am home. And then that was, the call came out of it.
Damn. And as you say, only
Yeah.
3 months. So was it a quick? Was it just into the studio, nail everything in one take, or did you find yourself a little shaky, getting used to the process?
No, to be honest, I'm not sort of blowing my own trumpet, but I can sort of adjust pretty quickly. So it doesn't matter if I'm playing football or if I'm doing music. I can sort of like switch it on and switch it off type of thing. So it was sort of like second nature almost. And we knocked it out in one day, and then the rest is
Whoa.
history.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Okay, well, that's the mentality of an All Ireland champion for you there, folks. That's the kind of things you need to strive to achieve. Would I be right in saying that social media and the covers you were putting up, either, playing by yourself or alongside the likes of your dad or your dog, or knocking out a Codaline song in a forest, had a big part to play in helping you find your sound?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've been trying for the last year to try and find what I sort of wanted to go after, sort of what sound I was trying to go after. And I mean, I guess it's just like sort of trial and error almost. Just keep trying to see what sticks, and then if it feels comfortable, then that's sort of it. And I feel like I have found it, or if I haven't found it, I'm pretty damn close to it.
Completely agree with you, man. Like it's as I
Mhm.
say, blown out of the water. I said it again, god damn it. But like, when I heard it, I was like, this is a finished product. I was nearly looking for seeing, were you somebody else before this, and I tried and it didn't work out, but
Yeah,
you just killed it, man, like right out of the park. So
appreciate it. Thank you.
you've been back and forth to London to perform and had your own headline nights, your own shows upstairs in Whelan, Sandino's and the Union Bar to celebrate, should I say, the release of Heed the Call. You had these
Yeah.
nights, your own shows. How did you find all of these experiences as your first time giving it a go?
Yeah, like it's like I still find it hard to believe that people actually want to come and listen to me. Like they actually pay their hard-earned money to come and watch me. Like that's I'm still trying to wrap my head around that as to like why. You know what I mean? Like it's so new to me. But the support I've got is it's second to none. And whoever came, I cannot thank them enough. And like after every show, I make sure I stay maybe an hour after I'm off and just say hello and get a picture or whatever they want to do. I always want to give back. It doesn't matter what size I get. I want to keep giving back to people that are paying their money to see me. You know.
Absolutely, man. That's a beautiful mentality to have, and definitely you seem like to have that right head on your shoulders, as I said, champion's mentality to kind of keep your mind in that place. Stay humble, as they say, as Kendrick Lamar
Absolutely.
said. Yeah. It's just staying humble. What's next, man? On your Instagram, at Lee Brady Music, by the way, you've sang other originals that haven't been released yet for the strangers, by the lake in the US, like you said, when you were traveling. When does the rest of the world get to hear these in their final form?
Absolutely. So, the next one should be January time. It should be around around my birthday, which is the 25th, and I've got the next song lined up, and I absolutely like I'm in love with it. So I'm hoping that everyone else feels the same.
Oh, I can't wait, genuinely. And look, I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you this now. You are, as I'm sure so many other music platforms and vendors are going to be saying the same thing, you are our act to watch here on Midlands 103 for next year. We're already playing your music all over the place. We think you have serious potential. You have a great sound. So going forward, we're very excited. An early happy birthday to you. I mean, by like 2 months.
Thank you. Thank
but
you.
really looking forward to more music, man. You got to keep us posted on how it all goes. And thanks so much for taking the time to talk to us here on the Very Irish Playlist.
No, thanks so much for having me. It means the absolute world. Thank you. I maybe just want to say one last, just massive thanks to you guys at Midlands 103 just for playing the music, and to everyone else that's listening here, listening to it on Spotify and everything. It means more than you can imagine to me. So thank you.
This has been Backstage on the Very Irish Playlist with Midlands 103. If you enjoyed this podcast, please rate and review it to help others find it and join in on the conversation.
The VIP, Adam C's Very Irish Playlist.
The home for great Irish music every Sunday night from 10 p.m. until midnight. Sláinte.